Hello and welcome to Matt Loves Eurovision. It's my Eurovision 2026 Top 35 countdown. It's number 20, Australia, Delta Goodrem, Eclipse. Please do click the subscribe button, ring that notification bell and like, share and comment below. So it's the first entry in my top 20 and it is Australia. Now, it was at the 60th anniversary contest in Vienna that Australia made their debut in 2015. And after two non-qualifications in a row, they're clearly determined to come back to Vienna with a statement entry. Now, to this end, one of Australia's most successful artists will be flying the flag at the 70th anniversary contest. And of course, it's Delta Goodrem. Now, perhaps guess that Delta Goodrem needs a little less introduction than most of this year's artists. In her native Australia, she's had multiple number ones and top 10 hits, sold over 8 million albums worldwide. She's won many awards, both in Australia and abroad. She was a coach as opposed to have entered The Voice Australia for almost a decade. She's appeared on many other TV programmes, both as a kind of herself as a presenter or participant, and she's been an actor as well, perhaps most famously Neighbours, which first launched her to fame. Bit like another Australian singer beloved by the gays. She's also written a best-selling book and she's launched her own fragrance, and there's more besides that as well. Now, her song for Eurovision, Eclipse, is her first single for a couple of years. It has a very experienced writing team behind it, and that does include herself. Now, her style has always been pop and adult contemporary, and Eclipse is very much in that field. It's got what I call those sort of anthemic moments, or that anthemic feel. It feels very, I would say, Melfest and Eurovision coded. And in fact, one of the co-writers is a well-known songwriter from, well, you guessed it, Sweden, although they've written for many artists across the world. It also includes some really big vocal moments as well to showcase Delta's abilities there, particularly towards the end of the song. Now, I've got to say, my first impression of this, or my first sort of listen, was I don't think I was blown away by it. I thought it was fairly competent, enjoyable, but pretty middle of the road sort of contemporary pop song, and not necessarily super memorable. And I think that was kind of also the view of my good friend Clive, although he said, oh, this has grown on me as time's gone on. Now, I do think that may be connected to some of the banging remixes that we've heard have come out, and the remixes work really, really well. And it does rather lend itself to the type of club music gaze of my generation that we enjoy. It is enjoyable, and you know that she's going to sing it really well. It perhaps is a little bit too safe in that very kind of competent Melfest Swedish way, and Australia way as well, but maybe doesn't feel quite as kind of edgy or something that way. Australia's issue at Eurovision has generally been that they do very well in the juries, but they struggle in the televote. Now, the general feeling is that this will go down really well, or will go down well with the juries. Now, the betting odds, they currently agree Australia is the favourite to win the juries, a little bit ahead of France at the moment. And I happen to agree that this is certainly going to be one of the favourites to win the jury, as all the elements that juries love about both Australia and Sweden, and with juries back in the semi-finals, it will sail through to the grand final. Now, televote love has been hard to come by for Australia. There's some early signs that this song might help overcome that issue. It's had some chart success in some areas. Certainly went down well at Boom Bang a Bang at the Vauxhall Tavern when we did our annual watch. It came second. But I'd say that the RVT, is definitely a favourable demographic, as indeed is the scoreboard app to some extent as well. And this is sitting in the top 10 in the scoreboard app, which is so that's pretty good, but it's not in the top 5. I do think Australia are determined to get a good result after some disappointments. And I'm certain that The staging is going to be really impressive, maybe spectacular. It's certainly going to be putting a lot of effort into it. And kind of all that combined, the type of song it is, the production values, the genre of music, the vocal ability, all of that should appeal to a Saturday night audience. Is that enough to put this in contention to win? Well, that might be a bit of a stretch. You can see in the odds, it's pretty high, but not at the top. So I think I can see a 2016 type result for Australia. It's got a known artist like Damien was. Delta Goodrem was probably better known than Damien. Probably guaranteed a big jury score. Maybe not such a massive difference between the jury and the top jury one and the next one. But also I think it's got a chance of giving a good televote. Maybe it might do a bit better in the televote than, say, Damien did, possibly. I think when you look at it overall, I think there's a good chance we will see Australia back in the top 5. And I think that's what they have intended after those disappointing results. That's really what it's all about. What do you think? What do you think of the song? What do you think of the remixes, maybe? Do, of course, let me know in the comments as always, and join me again soon. Take care.